Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Wednesday night. I'm going to talk about the things that I'm most concerned about as far as 2023 and priorities for me as far as preparation. Talk about that. Also, going to touch on this Arctic Siberian Express that is heading deep south here for us in the next day or so. And I'm also going to share a special passage from the Bible here towards the end of the video. So please stay tuned for that. First, yes, the deep freeze is heading our way. Now, I know you guys in the Midwest, North, you're probably already feeling this. You guys are prepared for this kind of stuff, but it's going to be colder than what you're even used to typically. But again, I know you guys are probably a lot more prepared for this kind of weather. In the deep south, we're not as prepared for this kind of thing. So I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned that a lot of folks are walking around here in this area not really understanding what we're about to feel here. They're not used to temperatures that are around zero or sub-zero. They're talking about us experiencing wind chills of -20 or even more than that here. So that is, you can get frostbite pretty quick, if you're not careful with that kind of cold. I mean, it's going to be so cold even here that even alpine preparedness would say, brother, that is cold. That is cold. So this advice is primarily for those of us around here in the South, deep South. Make sure your outdoor spigot is covered. You might want to make sure your faucets are dripping. When you get down to those really low temperatures, you can open up your cabinet doors so the heat can reach your pipes better. Make sure your automobiles have antifreeze in them. Make sure just take a once over of your vehicles, especially if you plan to get out a little bit into this, even starting tomorrow. Make sure you have flashlight, extra warm type clothes, blanket, coat, hat, gloves. I keep all of that in our vehicles. I keep a knife in there. I keep a tire inflator that can be powered by the car, the car battery. So just think about, what's in your vehicle as well, and just go over that. Peek in the hood and make sure you got antifreeze in there, y'all. Okay. I also keep the solution I put as far as in the windshield wiper fluid that also can help break up ice and snow. I always keep that in ours as well. Also, your pets. Make sure you bring in your pets. If you have animals, protect your animals. All right. Teddy agrees back there. He's talking. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Come here. Come here, man. We'll take this opportunity to advocate for our furry friends. And with this cold coming, make sure, and Teddy agrees, that we have to protect these little guys as well. We have little coats for them. They'll put on some coats. I should have put it on them here. But I wasn't even planning to have him in the video. But say hello. Hey, man. How you doing? Okay, man. All right. That's Mr. Teddy. All right. I'll let you back down there, whatever you're doing. But anyway, so that is coming. Those of you in the North or Midwest, if you're already experiencing this stuff, let us know in the comments. Are you having issues? What are you guys seeing out there? Are you in a blizzard? I did hear that the Great Lakes area is supposed to have a blizzard, and it could be some other. The Ohio Valley is supposed to get a good bit of this stuff. So down here, the temperatures are going to be the big story, the cold. I don't believe we're supposed to get any snow or anything like that. So, all right, hold on tight. 2023, I'm just going to go over, and I mentioned some of this on the live stream when I was on with Cold War Prepper on Monday night, but we talked about priority as far as things we're most concerned about as far as going into the new year. And for me, share what you think, of course, but for me, the first thing that comes to mind is the economy. And there's a lot of facets to that. Uh, Crime, rising crime, recession. Well, I think we're already in one. It could turn into a depression. We could see many more layoffs than what we're already seeing. The increasing food prices is unreal. I think that's touching everybody the most right now. That could lead to food insecurity. That can be a shortage in itself. I mean, I think a dozen eggs right now around here is about $4 plus, depending on what brand you get. Um, it's just unreal. The prices just keep inching. They just keep going up and up every single week, you know. So, are we going to see $10 loaves of bread? Are we going to see a dozen eggs cost $20? We very well could, y'all. We very well could. So that is a big concern of mine, the ever increasing prices. Okay. I don't know how people are going to do it. I don't know how we're going to do it. So banks, there's a lot of talk about banks being in trouble. I'm not a bank expert. I'm not a financial expert. This is what I'm hearing. I'm also concerned about the cash going away, them ushering in the digital really quick on us and doing away with cash. Although I have a feeling that's going to take a lot longer. I think there's going to be a lot of pushback on that. I don't think that's going to be as easy as they think it is. That's just my thought. I could be totally off on that. The other big thing I'm a bit concerned about, and I hadn't talked about it in a while, is the conflicts that's going over there in Europe against the two major players there, the Bear and the other Eastern European country that the United States is supporting. Unreal. I mean, I saw today where we're sending another, I don't know, another billion plus or something to them. I mean, it's unreal. But my concern there is there. Big concern is there's only talk of escalation. There's no talk of de-escalating. There's no talk of coming to the table and talking about peace. There's no talk of any, nothing like that. So it's only what we're going to do next, and it's like, and they're all up, one up in each other. Like, if you do this, I'm going to do this. We send them Patriot missiles. Oh, well, we're going to bring something else in on the other side. So my concern is that just keeps going back and forth and expanding, and it go into a regional war. It could go into a WW3. If the United States gets into a direct, kinetic conflict shooting with the Bear over there, I don't believe people realize how much of an impact that will be here. We could see shortages like you'd never imagine, rationing, energy shortage, energy ration. There's no telling. Well, we could see at that point, okay? And that's only if it stays, and that's even if it stays conventional and it doesn't go nuclear, Heaven help us if it goes nuclear, all right? So that's the other big thing. So economy, war over there, and there's a lot of other hot spots over there. We were talking about that Monday night. I mean, Asia, that gargoyle up there in North Korea, running his mouth again, always running his mouth, and so that's an issue. It says there's so many things that could just pop the balloon. You know what I mean? So those are the two biggies right there. Other things that are on the periphery that kind of concern me. I don't, health crisis 3.0, 2.0, however you look at it. I don't think we're done with that. I think the original one started coming around January to February, January to March, if you remember, in 2020. Remember that? 15 days to slow the spread. I have a feeling something like that's going to come around again. I don't know why. I just have a feeling it is. I hope and pray that it doesn't. Maybe it isn't. So there's that. And then there could also be another possibility. It could be some event that just comes out of left field that we are not even thinking about right now. Okay? That could also happen. So all that to say, keep doing what you're doing as far as preparation. Whatever you can do to be as self-sustaining as possible is the key. All right. from natural disasters to your personal SHTFs to, build up your savings, pay off what you can, as far as getting your houses in order. SHTFs can take a lot of different looks. I mean, it doesn't have to be world ending kind of thing. It can be your personal SHTF, losing a job, health crisis, flat tire on a car could be a big deal for most people. It really is. So the little things stack up and they can eat you up. I saw an article, crime is another big thing. I glossed over a while ago, but crime. I saw a story yesterday that talked about 5 unlikely cities that are experiencing a big increase in violent crime this year. And Anchorage, Alaska, Nashville, Tennessee, Asheville, North Carolina, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and New Orleans. Now, New Orleans doesn't surprise me. Asheville doesn't surprise me so much. I've been hearing they're going downhill. I don't know what's going on in Nashville and Asheville. And then Nashville, Tennessee, I'm not totally surprised at that, but kind of am. What is going on in Nashville, too? Anchorage, Alaska. What are they doing in Alaska? I don't know. New Orleans, yeah, like I said, I'm not real surprised at that one, but that's 5 cities, unlikely, that you wouldn't think, that are experiencing a lot of violent crime. And so I believe that will keep ramping up into 2023 throughout next year, y'all. I mean, I really think it's going to get crazy with that. Yeah. Okay. I have an awesome passage I will share. This passage was actually shared with me by Cold War Prepper before we went live Monday night. We chatted for a while, and he asked me to write this passage down. He was sharing this with me, so I'm going to read it. It's 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 9 says, "The end of all things is near. Therefore be alert and of sober mind, so that you may pray. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling." I'm going to repeat that one, last one. Verse 9 says, "Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling." That's not always easy, is it? It isn't. Love covers a multitude of sins. Amen. It really does. And celebration of the Christ Jesus is a good example of